Hey friends, body illuminators, yogis, yoginis, welcome back. This is Body Illumination. I'm Rebecca, welcome. So today we're talking about yoga. I've always wondered why people go to yoga. As a yoga teacher, it's always been very fascinating. I think I know sometimes. Do you know? I'm pretty sure I know. But as I begin to get to know my students, and I've created so many dear lifelong friends through yoga and fitness, I've always been intrigued on how they came to yoga. And I thought it might be interesting if, instead of going through the scientific reasons why yoga affects your brain and your body and your spirit, I thought it might be interesting to take a different approach, because yoga is very much a community and social media is very much a community. So I think it might be fun to go to you and find why yoga.
Hi friends, and welcome. I am Elizabeth, and I'm very excited because this is my very first video that I've ever made. And I just wanted to give you a little background on me and who I am. I grew up in Southern California and went to school out there, where I discovered my passion for yoga while studying at San Diego State University. I took a college course in yoga. Growing up, I was diagnosed with anxiety and panic disorder. And as a small child, that was really difficult for me to understand what that even meant, except that all I knew was that I always had this fight or flight kind of emotion. And I didn't know how to quiet my busy mind. I didn't know how to get myself out of this state of my heart beating fast and difficulty breathing. So when I discovered yoga and got to understand the practice and really understand the power of my breath for relaxation and quieting my mind, was when I really found relief from my anxiety. As a young adult, I battled with depression.
In these crazy days, remember to breathe. That's the gift that yoga has given me, an opportunity to quiet your mind and allow yourself to relax.
Hi, I'm Christine Strong. I have been practicing yoga for over 5 years, and I got my 200-hour teacher certification about a year and a half ago. Yoga has drastically changed my life. It began on my journey through sobriety. I was not big on going to AA, and I really needed a community, and I needed something that I could find some faith into. And so I actually went to yoga, and I went to yoga every single day. I do have a dance and gymnastics background, so I've always been kind of limber and fit, but I've never practiced yoga. I just decided it's what I was going to do. I threw myself into it. I did every workshop, every class that I could, but I really didn't know too much about anything other than just the poses, which is where everybody begins. But oh my gosh, it's just the surface of what the true yoga lifestyle is. And once I started to really understand the breath, every time I would go, my ego would get in the way, and I would just try to keep up with the teacher, and it didn't matter about my breath. And it probably took almost close to a year to let go of that ego and really focus on my breath and I learned when I should inhale and when I should exhale during which poses. And I allowed my breath to lead my practice. And when that happened, that was like another massive shift in the way that yoga affected my life. It change the strength in my practice. It was a way that gave me this extra burst of confidence, almost, that when I would do these challenging classes and when I would be in this pose that was just not my favorite, I could come back to that breath. And coming back to that and realizing that tool and finally understanding that was how I was able to transform yoga from my mat into my everyday life. That I realized that I have this power, this tool, my breath, with me everywhere that I go. And that honestly, that I have that same strength, that same light, that same spirit and heart that I show up with on my mat, that comes with me everywhere too. That confidence that I have in doing those powerful heated classes, it showed me that I can bring that same fire, that same desire, those tapas into my everyday life. And if I just pause and think about it and break it down step by step, I can go wherever I want and however far that I want to. Yoga truly is a lifestyle of pure empowerment, finding our true bliss, our true meaning, our true self. Thank you so much. I am so passionate. I can't wait to hear your yoga story.
So my friend Rebecca asked me to say a little something about why I love yoga, or what it is that brought me to yoga. And it's evolved over the years, because I actually started doing yoga 20 years ago. And this is Tank, if you want to see his face. See how I take. And when I first came to yoga, it was more for therapeutic purposes, because I had been injuring myself from other types of training that I was doing, a lot of aerobics and running and weightlifting and all that fun stuff. And so yoga was actually to help prevent injuries. And then I started getting into the more of the stronger variations of yoga, like power yoga, and back in the day, all the heated yoga and such. And then it was about challenging my body and kind of beating up my body. I was basically doing what I was already doing previous in my other training. Then I started to work with Shiva Ray, which got more into the strength of yoga, but also integrated a lot more of the philosophical end of it, and learning more about the yamas and niyamas and all the different aspects of yoga that can be reflected in your life all the time without considering yourself necessarily a yogi. You're probably doing most of those things, you just don't necessarily have that name to go with it. And then my yoga started to get kind of more mellow. Like, it wasn't so much about the practice anymore. It was more about just kind of going about my day and stretching here and there. And I taught yoga all the time, but I wasn't as into it. And then more recently, I would say in the last 2 or 3 years, I've kind of revived my love for the movement. I'm more creative probably in the way I flow through. I'm not necessarily using traditional methods, but the biggest thing that I find that it has helped me with is building community. And I know, like right now in the time that we're in, that can feel very, very lacking. But I love the interaction with my students, with other people, when I'm in class with other people. I love the feedback of knowing that I'm helping affect other people's lives and how they feel in their own skin. And it's also where I found most of my friends. I mean, really, probably a good 95% of the people I'm friends with now, I learned with and met on the mat. So it's kind of a cool way to integrate your yoga into your life just by showing up. Thanks.
Hi there, everyone. I just wanted to say a few words about why I love yoga. I've been doing it about 11 years now, and it is my go-to almost everyday practice to feel long and lean and confident, and especially in these wild times right now. You need to clear your mind a little bit, get in touch with your body, focus on your breathing, and just be happy and in yourself and in your world for a moment, and get some time to yourself, especially if you have kids like me, little kids driving you crazy. But yoga is a wonderful thing. It's my favorite thing to do. exercise-wise, and I'm just so thrilled that I found yoga 10 years ago when I was overstressed and not balanced and not in harmony with myself, and it's definitely equals me out, just balances me, kind of squeezes you out like you would wring a rag out, just like, you know, gets all your emotions flowing, gets your blood flowing, clears your mind, clears your heart, clears your soul, and you can really find peace. At least I do. So I'm very thankful for yoga and all the wonderful positive feelings it gives me almost on a daily basis. Enjoy. Get some yoga in.
I hope you enjoyed listening to our 5 lovely friends, and if you are interested in being involved in this series, then I recommend that you can, 1, comment below. So go to the video and go all the way to the bottom and comment below and let us know what brought you to yoga. Or if you'd like to be involved and send a video clip, you can contact me via this video, or you can go into bodyillumination.com and contact me there, or you can even subscribe there so you'll be on top of all of our newsletters. You also should subscribe to this channel too and hit the bell so you'll be notified of any upcoming videos. That's really important. And you can go into our Facebook group. We have both a Facebook page, Body Illumination page, but we also have a group. And that would be a great way to just go on there and say, hey, I'm interested in this and I'd like to share how I got started in yoga. And create that dialogue, and who knows, you might actually help somebody who needs it. Have a beautiful day. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you to all of our friends. Thank you to Elizabeth, and thank you to Tina and Deb and to Denise and to Christine. Thank you so much for your input. That was lovely. Thank you for the share. I will show you some information on them below if you're interested in getting in touch with them. Thank you all. Have a beautiful day. Namaste.
Again, so it's just shifted several times over the years. Now, honestly, for me as a teacher, it's a lot about the community. I love being surrounded by like-minded people and having people who